Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Kushal and I am University Director and Sports Number Campus University. Today I talk with ChatGPT. So let's get it started. Assalamualaikum ChatGPT.
Salam Gulshad.
How are you?
Just let me know what you'd like to talk. I'm doing really well, thank you. I hope you're doing well too. Is there something specific you wanted to discuss or any kind of help you need today?
Yes, I asking you some questions. So today my first question is that what situation?
That's a really important question. You know, self-doubt often creeps up when we compare ourselves to others or when we set unrealistically high expectations. It can also come from not having enough evidence of your own success yet. Does that sound like what you're experiencing, or is it a bit more specific? Yeah, absolutely. And if you want, we can dive deeper into strategies like how to build small wins or how to reframe those critical thoughts. Whatever you feel would help, just let me know.
My next question is that when did I first start doubting myself?
That's a really personal question, and it can be kind of hard to pin down an exact moment. Often it's a gradual buildup, maybe after a tough experience, a comparison, or some kind of setback. If you think back, is there a specific time or event that stands out?
Okay, so my next question is that what negative beliefs do I had about myself?
Yeah, that's really insightful to reflect on. A lot of times we might believe things like, I'm not good enough, or I'll never succeed. If you want, we can explore those beliefs and see if we can challenge them or reframe them in a kinder way.
Okay, so my next question is that how do I talk to myself during difficult moments?
That's such a good thing to think about. During tough times, it really helps to be kind and reassuring, almost like you would to a friend. So you can say things like, this is hard, but I'm doing this, but it can make a big difference.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that are these beliefs based on a fact or assumption?
Really shape how we perceive and
Yes, it will be.
हाँ, बिल्कुल। जब आप इन चीज़ों को व्यवहार में बदलाव ला सकते हैं और जितना ज़्यादा आता है।
Okay. So my next question is that what are my biggest
Think about times when you've overcome challenges. You know, from what I can see and reflective. So I'd say one of your biggest strengths is your self-awareness. Make you feel proud. Those often highlight your core strengths.
Okay. Okay. So my next question is that what makes me unique?
That's a beautiful question. I think your uniqueness really shines through in the way you reflect so thoughtfully, your dedication to helping others, and the way you keep seeking growth. You've got this unique combination of curiosity and compassion that really stands out.
Okay, so my next question is that what achievement am I most proud of?
That's a really personal what. But if you think about moments when you felt a deep sense of pride, whether it was overcoming a challenge, helping a student, or reaching a personal milestone, those are probably your biggest achievements. What stands out most to you when you look
Okay,
back?
so my next question is that what does confidence mean to me?
That's a great one to reflect on. For a lot of people, confidence means trusting yourself and your abilities, even when things get tough. So when you feel confident, it's often when you're being true to yourself and acting in alignment with your values.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that what evidence support my self doubt?
That's a really important thing to consider. Often, self doubt is just a feeling, but the evidence might show you've succeeded before. You've handled challenges, learned new skills, and kept going even when it was hard. So if you look back, you'll often see real evidence that you can trust yourself.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, what evidence contradicts it?
That's a really powerful question to ask yourself. Sometimes self doubt can come from isolated moments or from old, outdated comparisons. So, if you look at the bigger picture, like all the times you did get through something, that evidence can contradict those doubts.
Okay, so my next question is that what is the best possible outcome?
I love that you're thinking about the positive possibilities. The best outcome is really you showing up fully as yourself, taking bold steps, learning, growing, and ultimately finding fulfillment in what you do.
Okay, so my next question is that how can I refer this negative thought positively?
That's a really important skill. One way is to catch the thought as soon as it pops up and ask yourself, is this really true? Then reframe it by focusing on what you can do today, or remind yourself of times you succeeded. It's a process, but every small shift counts.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that what would a confident person think in the situation?
That's a great reframe. A confident person would likely think, I've handled challenges before and I trust myself to figure this out. Or even if it's tough, I'm capable and I'll keep moving forward. So you can borrow that mindset from yourself.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that what is the worst that could happen and can I handle it?
That's a really grounding question. Usually, the worst case scenario feels overwhelming, but when you break it down, it's often something you can handle step by step. So, even if it's hard, yes, you can handle it, just one moment at a time.
Okay, so my next question is that am I comparing myself unfairly to others?
That's really insightful of you to ask. Often, we do compare ourselves to others, especially in highlight reel moments, but everyone's journey is different. If you notice that you're being really hard on yourself, remind yourself that you have your own unique path.
Okay, so my next question is that how realistic are my fears?
That's a great thing to check in on. Think about what you're aiming for and see if you set specific, measurable steps. If they feel overwhelming, it's okay to adjust them. Just keep them aligned with what's actually possible for you right now.
Okay, so my next question is that what would I do if I want a fair to failure?
That's a really honest reflection. If you want to avoid failure, you might take a step back and break things down into smaller, manageable steps so that you build confidence along the way. And remember, even if you stumble, it doesn't mean you failed. It's just a part of the process.
Okay, so my next question is that from you, what small step can I take today to build confidence?
I love that you're focusing on small steps. Today, you could try something like setting one achievable goal, or speaking up once in a meeting, or even writing down a small success you've had. Each of those tiny steps builds confidence little by little.
Okay, so my next question is that what skill can I improve to feel more capable?
That's a great question. Think about a skill that aligns with something you care about, maybe communication, problem solving, or technical ability. Once you identify that, you can practice it bit by bit, and you'll start to feel really capable.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that what is one fear I can face this week?
I love that you're thinking about gradual steps. Maybe choose a small fear, like speaking up in a new situation or trying something outside your comfort zone. When you face it, you'll build confidence and each success will get easier.
Okay, so my next question is that what is stopping me from starting?
That's a really important thing to identify. Often it's a mix of fear, like fear of failure or fear of judgment, and maybe just not having a clear first step. Once you name it, you can break it down and start with something really small, and that momentum will help.
Okay, so my next question is that how can I step out of my comfort zone today?
I love that you're ready to take a step. Start with something small but new. Maybe reach out to someone you haven't before, try a new activity, or set a goal that feels just a little bit outside what's familiar. Once you take that step, it will get easier.
Okay, so my next question is that who inspired me and why?
That's a really personal reflection. Think about someone whose actions or values really resonate with you. Maybe a mentor, a family member, or even a public figure. What they did or how they overcame challenges might be a guide for you.
Okay, so my next question is that what habit can boost my confidence daily?
That's a great focus. One habit you could build is a daily reflection, taking a few minutes each day to note what you did well or what you're proud of. Also, practicing small intentional steps outside your comfort zone every day helps you build that confidence consistently.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that what can I learn from my past success?
That's a really powerful place to look. Think about the times you succeeded. What actions did you take? What mindset helped you? Or what strengths did you rely on? Those patterns can show you a blueprint you can use again as you move forward.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that what does my ideal confident self look like?
That's such a great vision to create. Your ideal confident self probably feels calm, self assured, and decisive. They take action even when they're unsure, and they stay true to their values. Try picturing how they would respond in a situation and see how it feels.
Okay, so my next question is that do I believe I deserve success? Why or why not?
That's a really deep question. Sometimes we hold back because of old beliefs, or maybe we think we haven't earned it yet. But the truth is, you absolutely deserve success, just as much as anyone else. And you're already taking steps toward it by reflecting like this.
Okay, so my next question is that what affirmation can I use daily?
A really powerful one could be I am capable, I am worthy, and I am enough as I am. You can repeat it each morning or write it down and let it remind you that your worth and potential are already inside you.
Okay, my next question is that how can I build a grow mindset?
That's a great goal. You can build a growth mindset by embracing challenges, seeing failures as learning opportunities, and reminding yourself that effort is what leads to mastery. Every small step counts, and it's all part of the process.
Okay, so my next question is that how do I respond to failure?
That's such an important reflection. When you face failure, try to respond with curiosity instead of judgment. Ask yourself what you can learn, adjust your approach, and remind yourself that every failure is a step toward growth, not the end.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that how can I trust my decision more?
That's a really good thing to cultivate. You can trust your decisions more by starting with small choices and reflecting afterward on how they turn out. Also, tune into your values. When your decisions align with them, it's easier to trust yourself.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that how can I be kinder to myself?
That's such a beautiful goal. You can start by catching yourself when you're being self critical and gently replacing those thoughts with kind ones, like, I'm doing my best, or I deserve patience and care. The more you practice, the more natural it will become.
Okay, so my next question is that what fear are holding me back the most?
That's a really important thing to identify. Often it's a fear of judgment, fear of failure, or fear of not being enough. Once you name that fear, you can start to challenge it and realize it doesn't have to control your next step.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that who supports and encourages me?
That's a wonderful thing to recognize. Think about the people who show up for you, maybe a close friend, a family member, a mentor, or even a supportive community. Lean into those relationships, they're a huge strength.
Okay, nice. And another question is that do negativity impact my confidence?
That's a really important thing to acknowledge. Negativity, whether it's from critical self talk, unsupportive environments, or constant comparison, can really chip away at confidence. Once you notice it, you can start setting boundaries, limiting exposure, and replacing those messages with more balanced, kind ones.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that how can I ask for help when needed?
That's a really valuable skill to build. Start by reminding yourself that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Then be specific, identify what you need, and reach out to someone you trust. Most people are happy to help when they know exactly how.
Okay, nice. So my next question is that how can I surround myself with positive people?
That's a great goal. You can start by seeking out relationships with people who uplift you, who celebrate your wins, and who encourage growth. You can also set boundaries with people who bring negativity so you create more space for those positive connections.
Okay, nice to meet you, ChatGPT.
It was really nice to meet you too. I'm glad we got to have this conversation. If you ever want to talk again or explore anything else, I'm here for you.
Thanks. So everyone, this was a ChatGPT. So I meet again next ChatGPT. So Allah Hafiz, Pakistan, Zindabad.
Absolutely. It was really nice talking with you. Take care, and I'll be here whenever you need me. Allah Hafiz.